I've been running my own smart home system for years now, and frankly love having everything truly under my control. It can be a bit of a faff to get everything connected though, especially if you want to use more than one smart home protocol, i.e. Zigbee and Matter-Over-Thread, or even Z-Wave, and you'll often find yourself with multiple dongles and split solutions. Luckily, thanks to SMLight and their Ultima 3 hub, that might just be a thing of the past. This funky looking spaceship of a router is a remarkably open and approachable multi-radio hub that is upgradable, immensely feature-rich, and feels like the perfect one-stop shop for pretty much all your smart home needs, all in one box. That's quite the deal. Let's take a closer look at this thing so that you can see why I'm so impressed by it. SMLight isn't new to the smart home game. This isn't their only Zigbee or Thread radio, so they are properly experienced when it comes to making a hub like this. This, though, is a bit of a step above the rest. From the outside, it looks a little funky, a bit alien spaceship-y for sure, and especially when you fit the two long antennas on the back, you'll struggle to not see a spaceship, and it's even more clear when you plug it in and see the rainbow lights on the front. Besides the styling though, you do get a USB-A port, two Type-C ports up front, one in the back for power and data, an audio jack, and an Ethernet port. There's also two circular punch-outs on the sides, and weirdly there's a slot that looks like it should fit a microSD card, but there isn't any, receiver inside or port for that. There is also an IR receiver on the front and an IR LED on the top, next to the three incredibly small and recessed buttons. Oh, and on the bottom you will find a few mounting positions and an Arduino-style I2C header. The most interesting thing though is that they actually encourage you to open it up, as it's only a handful of clips around the edge, and once you get the shell open, you'll find the board is full of headers and markings for add-ons, because this isn't just a sick multi-radio hub, it's an upgradable multi-radio hub. Let's focus on what's on the board first though. Under the SMLight RF shield, you will find an ESP32S3, the dual core one, which acts as the main processor or the core. At the back, you will find two radio modules. One is a Texas Instruments CC2674P10, which is primarily the Zigbee radio, and the other is an EFR32MG24, which can either be a second Zigbee radio, or can act as your Thread radio. Having both of these on one board means that you don't have to deal with the frankly massive headache that is the multi-protocol firmware for the EFR32, but it means that with just a single cable, and more on that in a second, you can have both Matter-Over-Thread and Zigbee networks hooked up to Home Assistant at once. That's pretty sweet, but of course, it gets better. See, this has a number of optional add-ons, and thankfully SMLight sent me one of each to show them off here. First, and I would argue most importantly, we have the PoE add-on, or Power over Ethernet. This is what lets this be a one-cable solution, assuming you have a PoE switch or you pick up a PoE injector. Having this powered over the same Ethernet cable that's giving you your data connection is amazing, and means that you don't have to deal with passing devices into Home Assistant if you're running it in a VM like I am. It's all done over your network. Next is the mic add-on. This can already act as a smart speaker with the headphone jack on the back, but if you add the mic add-on, it should let it do even more. To be clear though, in its stock configuration with the stock firmware, the mic won't do anything. You need to be running the ESP Home firmware to let it do something for you, but if this happens to be in the same room that you'd perhaps want to use voice commands for, you can absolutely make this act the same as the Home Assistant Voice PE and listen for your voice commands. The only caveat is that this doesn't have the same XMOS chip on board to do onboard voice processing, so that will have to be offloaded to your Home Assistant server instead. Still, it's a pretty cool option to have available. Next though are the two optional radio slots. Yeah, 2 more radios can fit in this thing. This can be a quad radio hub. One I've already mentioned in the title, Z-Wave, which here in the UK is pretty hard to find, pretty rare, but I know across the pond it's a little more common. This is what one of the punch-outs on the sides are for, and what one of the 2 extra antennas that come in the box, or come in the bag for me, are. Just make sure you pick the one that's listed as the 900 MHz frequency, as that's the frequency Z-Wave uses. The other one, though, is a real surprise. It's a 4G modem. There's a SIM card slot on there, and yeah, you can make this either your primary or fallback WAN solution. That's pretty incredible to have all in one device. Oh, and they also threw in another Zigbee USB dongle for good measure, which can be hooked up to the USB-A ports, because who doesn't need 3 Zigbee radios? In terms of setup, I went with the PoE add-on and a small patch cable from my Unify Switch 8 PoE switch, and then headed to the IP address. From there you get the web UI. Immediately you're hit with the dashboard, which pretty much tells you everything you could ever want to know about it, firmware versions, temperatures, modes, the lot. The most important page, though, is the mode tab. This is what lets you switch what each radio does and what the main connection mode you're using is, also if Bluetooth proxy mode is enabled, and if the Ethernet to Wi-Fi bridge feature is enabled too. Let's look at some of those options though. For the EFR32 radio, you can have this just be your Zigbee coordinator, just a router, have it run thread with a remote border router, i.e. it's just your thread node, or have it run thread and be the border router. That's kind of the ideal choice, in my opinion, for that radio. The second one, the CC radio, can also do thread, but you'll likely want to run Zigbee on this one instead, especially as that's the one that can run the Zigbee hub mode. That's pretty cool. Basically, it cuts out the need for an external host like Home Assistant, as your Zigbee devices actively connect to the Ultima, and you can even run basic, if not exactly user-friendly, automations and scripts on device. Now, I personally like Home Assistant a little too much to ever use it in this mode, but it is cool that you can. There are also settings for everything. Network, MQTT, 4G LTE, Z2M and ZHA, we'll come back to that one in a second. IR, learn and replay, again coming back for that one. Audio, Ambilight, aka the LEDs, security, VPN, DDNS, USB pass-through, Open Thread border router, and BLE. But at least for me, the important pages are the Zigbee and IR ones. So let's start with the former. There are a few ways you can connect this to something like Home Assistant. You can just hook it up with USB and use it kind of like any other dongle, perhaps a dongle with its own IP address and network access, but still. Or if, like me, you've got the PoE option and it's sort of hooked up to your network, you can have this be a networked dongle, pointing either Zigbee to MQTT, or Z2M, or Zigbee Home Automation, ZHA, at the relevant port for this IP address for each radio. What's even more cool is that it should be fairly easy to migrate from your existing coordinator to this. Their UI even offers IEEE address spoofing to effectively instantly switch all your devices without having to reconnect or repair anything. Just the old switcher route. Fun. The IR page is also pretty sweet. Thanks to the infrared receiver on the front and IR LED on the top, you can have this capture IR signals, it does it automatically, save the commands to automations in Home Assistant, and then the Ultima will replay those commands on request. This basically lets you turn non-smart devices into at least smart controllable ones, all from just having this thing in the room you want to control stuff in. For, say, an older air conditioner or TV or sound system, being able to control them remotely is really cool, even if you don't get direct feedback that the commands have worked, i.e. you can't actually see in Home Assistant that your TV is now off or your air conditioning is turned on as a sort of entity state. Still, this feels like such a cool addition that SMLight absolutely didn't have to include, but the Ultima is all the better for having it. Naturally, you can install SMLight's Home Assistant integration that lets you control at least some of the sort of aspects of the Ultima, although a number of the features either don't work well or are missing. You can control the onboard LEDs though, so from an automation perspective, using this as a notification light would be pretty sweet. Have it flash when your doorbell's been pressed, or set to a specific color when a specific automation is triggered, or an entity changes state. There's also fun you can have with that. You can restart both radios, although which is which is hard to tell since they're both just listed as Zigbee, but things like changing the radio modes or updating anything isn't available through the integration. The IR receiver is also just a notification entity rather than a data entity, which is a bit of a shame and means you still have to go to the web UI to see what the commands are, copy them back into Home Assistant, rather than being able to pull the data from that entity. It's also worth noting that this thing does have a few limitations. If you want to use Bluetooth proxy mode, which is essential if you want to pair HomeKit Thread devices, you'll need to flash the ESP Home firmware on the ESP32S3 main core, which does still retain things like Zigbee support while using Bluetooth proxy mode, but loses the web UI and a lot of the configurability, so I'd perhaps use that on your peril. I would have preferred a Bluetooth proxy add-on instead of Z-Wave personally, or at least as an option, but anyway. I should also note that what feels like the Ultima's biggest flaw, a lack of documentation. Having to search for the documentation on how to install the add-ons, especially since they're installed all upside down from how you might expect, a mistake I almost made with the microphone add-on until double checking, or just having to guess how some functions work because there isn't an actual manual for the Ultima available, at least yet. Hell, their own web UI points you to their SLZB 06 manual, which doesn't load properly for me, to describe how to flash the ESP Home firmware. Except I can't seem to find the Ultima ESP Home firmware either in the linked repo nor on their own flasher website. To say this feels like an early option and like early adopter sort of feeling feels like an understatement. Although Smart Home Scene had one of these in April. It's now August, so this isn't brand spanking new. I should also make it clear, mostly because it took me far too long to truly understand this, that this isn't the SMLight SM Hub. The SM Hub is an entire Linux-based PC, with all of the same multi-radio features, mind you, that runs, well, Linux. This thing, the Ultima, is much more of an accessory to your existing HA server than the SM Hub is because that basically acts as the server. It's best to not get the two confused, and actually Smart Home Scene has an excellent guide on what each SMLight model does, so I'll link that in the description for you. So, this is basically the ultimate Smart Home Hub then. It will do all three main radio protocols, with the optional upgrade anyway. It can act as a 4G LTE backup for your whole network, make dumb devices smart controllable through infrared. It's impressively open. The SLZB 06 firmware is open source, and I'm sure this one's will be at some point. And the fact that this is all customizable and controllable, including through ESP Home, makes it an incredibly impressive bit of kit. Pricing is obviously a key thing, and on that front I am a little confused. The only UK seller SMLight lists on their website as a where to buy option has it in the UK for £135. But their official AliExpress store will happily sell it to you for as little as £40. With the most expensive combination, all of the add-ons being included, being just £72.94, marked down from £79. I'm going to assume that the AliExpress price is the one to trust here, since it's their own official storefront. So yeah, if you want a 3 radios in 1, PoE powered, mic'd up 4G LTE backup smart hub, £80 is a pretty insane deal for all of that. Even if you just want the PoE add-on, it's £50 when not discounted, and that is a killer deal for a multi-radio setup like this for sure. A regular sawn-off dongle sets you back between 30 and 40 pounds, so a 10 or more to basically get 2 of them and cool features like an IR blaster and status LEDs is pretty sick. It also opens the door for future upgradability with those modules. So to say that I like this and I recommend it feels like an understatement. This thing is incredible, and while I've already got a pretty stable setup I don't fancy breaking just yet, if I was starting from fresh, I would absolutely use this as my hub of choice. Oh, and as a small aside, the UK store SMLight link to, Zigbee Smart, do a couple of hilariously dumb things. First, if you switch tabs, the tab's title instantly changes to "Come back!" How desperate. And even funnier, they have one of those stupid like ex-customers viewing this product counters on the product page. Except while we all know that those counters are fake, they've taken it to the next level by having it pick a random number every 30 seconds or so, often gradually increasing over time too. But the swings are wild. 18 customers are viewing this product. Now it's 165. Now it's 20. Now it's 10. I recorded a couple minutes of this, so I'll speed this up so you can see and laugh at just how stupid this thing is. I didn't catch it at first, but it was really, really funny to notice when I finally did. Oh, and one final thing I want to note. SMLight is a Ukrainian company, and given the horrors I know they've been facing for years at this point, supporting Ukrainian businesses has an extra bit of good attached. I wish them and the people of Ukraine the best, and I hope they stay safe. Right, with all of that said, those are all my thoughts, but I'd love to hear yours in the comments down below. What do you think of the SMLight Ultima 3? Is this the ultimate smart home hub for you? Because I sure think it is. Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link to at least their website, and then from there you can find where to buy it in the description. And if you want to check out more videos from me, including smart home stuff, I'll leave the playlist in the end cards. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to check out my own open source hardware, the open source response time and latency testing tools, that's linked in the description as well. And otherwise, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you all in the next video.